No. Great armor, but no. The other thing offers more than that does. The other one has greater armor, yes, but the other thing has more to it that I like. I doubt both ways are open. I bet, I doubt this way is open naturally. I bet you have to use the switch to open it. That's what causes both of them to open. Okay. Moving on. That creepy background noise totally isn't creepy, folks. Totally. I've no idea what it is, but it sounds like stone grating on stone, like some stone golem was about to club me, or something. 3, 4. Piss off. You know what would be handy? Actually, I didn't even hit that enemy and they got hit with the earthquake. It's quite handy. Seems like auto-target and nearby. Very nice. But I think I was saying this earlier, but you know, for the cult they talked about not wasting any blood. They certainly waste a lot of blood. Kind of like the music, though it makes me think a little Ratchet and Clank, which isn't a criticism. I like Ratchet and Clank, though that's a bit jolly for this game. First game, Ratchet and Clank, the Lumber World. Something about it makes me think of that world. Probably sounds nothing like it, but makes me think of it. Just like those guys made me think of Hydralisks. Something about the how they their physique, not the head, but their arms and how they move. Basically that. Okay, excellent. Sorry, the tenseness is getting to me. Bane Galagor, Guardian of the Gates. 3, 4. I declare Tumble. With cadence, every third strike is just a massive boost, which is quite nice. Also, I just got to Defy Death there. Very nice move. Very fucking powerful. Soul Drinker's Presence. Christ. I have no idea what the Soul Drinker, who the Soul Drinker is, but it's feckin' powerful. Supreme Spoils. That increases cold and burn damage and frost burn damage. I don't do any of those. One of my procs does, but that's it. No. No. Tempting, but no, I'll stick with what I have. No. No. Grab the Vital Essence. The door has opened. Something has changed. Something in the air feels different. Feels like being inside a bottle when the cork has popped. All of the pressure released, and my soul pulled away from my body to the opening in an explosive release. My mind reels, and I find it hard to stay on my feet. I can feel it, deep beneath the ground. They finally completed the final rites, and the door is opened. The blood surges inside me, pushing, pulling, drawing me closer. I must go. I must see the Grand Awakening, the Great Awakening. If I'm chosen, I'm ready to be made, to be whole once more, to be one with Catan, with Kabbalist Zakul. Oh, fuck it, I'm going straight through. Fuck this place. I'm out of here. It's just... How much blood do they have? I choose to believe most of that's not actually blood, it's water. It's mostly water, just diluting blood. Because how the fuck would they get that many? How that much? Like, I know they've been draining a lot of people, but I don't think there's this much people for them to drain. Plus, with their chronic wastefulness, they would have to drain even more people to make up for it. Say if they waste a 20th of all the no, that might be a bit much. You know, like, if they, due to how wasteful they are, well, let's be exaggeratory and say, like, they waste a tenth of every bit they get from a person. Then for every 10 people, they have to drain an extra person. This does not sound good. Yeah, we're gonna have to beat down the Icorian. Unless they actually manage to summon their gods just straight out. Wonder, do they mean to summon the Icorian, or is that just something that's gonna happen? Because they're really going all out to summon this guy. So you thought they would only do that for their looks nice, but it's very weak armor. You think they would only do that for their, you know, big guy. Plus they talk about, you know, being sacrificed to well, you know, rejoining him and all that. Oh, more demons. I did notice them charging around, but I was kind of hoping they wouldn't actually be able to pat around the corner. Sadly, their AI is good enough to do that. I don't like the soul leeches. I know, they just linger a bit too long for my taste. They do heal themselves a little by draining me. Fuck. You know, these places never have just a nice little stairwell system, do they? It's a nice little simple way to get down. Still some cultists here, so not all of them have flung themselves to whatever demon they're summoning. Not quite yet, anyway. Okay, let's go over this way. I think this is the way we should go. I've honestly no idea. I know all I know about this game is what you know, we've seen, you know. But this is blind. This is a blind playthrough. I try and do them as much as possible, because then you get my honest reaction, and I don't accidentally end up spoiling things. My mouth has a mind of its own. That would actually take me 3 levels to get. Then I could put 2 ranks directly into it, but actually I don't even want that. I'm honestly thinking this would be nice. Make that about even better. It's already getting pretty nice. So you can only have 2, you can only have 1 active at a time. So it lasts 30 seconds, it with a 15 cooldown. So yeah. Same time, I kind of want these, because these look kind of good. That could be useful. Actually, yeah. You know what? Undo. Yeah, that's good. Make the seal more. Make the seal more powerful is a good idea. But we do need to boost the seal up itself, like the main thing. Fag. One thing about this game, well, it's more of a general. It's not just this game. It's a lot of games. Like, we found a note on the boss saying, you know, killing us will actually help us fulfill what we're doing. We don't care if we break past our defenses. Blood being spilled will help us. We knew that, and yet we're still utterly chopping them all to pieces. I suppose we don't really have much choice, but, you know, it would be nice if we, you know, have the conversation about it, you know? Not sure if the tendrils were actually succeeding in hurting me there. But it would be nice, you know, to have the talk, you know? Otherwise, it actually irritates me, in all honesty, when it's just like, your character knows something that's quite relevant and says nothing. And our character's not a silent protagonist, which also irritates me. But, you know, our character has had input, and it's just weird that he refuses to say on topics when he should know. Certainly, we did find that one book elsewhere that let us know there's a traitor, but that's because they started a quest. But if we just find a random note on a body, we don't. It doesn't trigger anything. You know, I just thought of something. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. You, no skill. You go to cadence. You go to force wave. Reason being is that flamethorns. Huh. Apparently, it seems the chance of things happening depends on what you're using. That's 25, and now it's 65% chance on attack. This is 20. Stays 20, but was previously 65% chance on attack. Anyway, I was thinking this would be more useful on cadence. I'm using cadence more. And so it would be nice to have the extra life drain. More would help out survivability. And I don't have any points lingering. And I haven't run into any shrines that I've failed to fix. Also, I should go over this way. But yeah, it does seem that we are a wee little bit late on the whole stopping the summoning. It's already a fair bit true. Or at least its tendrils are true. Whether or not any other part of it's true is, well, it's unknown so far. But the other guy didn't really seem to be able to do much in regards to hindering the ritual. Also, here's the bounty guy, Bloodlord Talanis. Good. Probably was thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have grabbed this quest. Now I have to fight this big burly guy. But at the same time, I had to fight him anyway. So, yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Now that Chondig Rift opened. Interesting. Mark of the Myrmidon. A powerful symbol bestowed upon the most fearless... let me read that again. Powerful symbol bestowed upon the most fearless battle lords. 30 health, 6 defensive ability, minus 3% shield recovery time, and 4% damage reflected. That is quite nice. Shield Steel. Cracked Lodestone. Demonic Eldritch Tome and Ritual Wand of Insanity. Occultist Eldritch Tome of Frostbite, which actually does boost up Sigil of Consumption, but I won't be using. The Final Seal. God damn, this is actually getting... Even though I was saying like I'm a little meh on this, it is actually really intense. The Final Seal. At last we stand before the blood-soaked gates of victory. The Alcorian will soon be awakened, and with it we shall usher in a new age. It is you, my loyal supplicants, that have paved the road to our final victory. Your dedication and sacrifices carried us to the threshold, and I shall see us true. The ancients were determined in their construction of this final chamber. 100 of the Imperium's finest arcanists dropped dead to empower the runes which now bind the Okorian's tomb. They believed their sacrifice worthy, their seals impenetrable. But we have an empire of thousands, surging with the power of the dead god. Power that will not be contained. I have gladly put a blade to the throats of my most faithful, and felt the rush of their lifeblood escaping, but that they have given willingly in this final hour. With the power of their blood, I have shattered the final seal, and begun the ritual. Soon the Okorian shall stir from its eternal slumber. The world will shudder once more under the gaze of the Mount of Catan. Let the blood flow. Telonius, Bloodlord of Catan. Let's warp out. And let us go to Sorrow's Bastion. I need to turn in this thing. If the world is just, get a fair bit of rep for this. Also, 5. The wolf has a horrendous habit of dying. You know, I would love to get that relic, but I just don't see me having the resources for it. Porting in. 200 rep, lost 50 with the Chitonians, and I got a polished emerald. You know what, I'll take another one. Legends say that ghouls were once humans. Humans twisted by madness and obsession with devouring dead flesh. Now they are little more than mindless fiends, too far gone to be reasoned with. The black sepulchre in the necropolis is teeming with these corpse eaters. There is little choice in the matter. They must be exterminated, and in such effort shall be rewarded with iron bits. Then it's slay 9 ghoul corpse eaters. I can also get them in. Remember where I got those ashes? There's ghoul corpse eaters there, if memory doth serve me. Just being fancy. If I get the corpse eaters killed, I get corpse eaters killed. If I don't, I don't. I don't know what's the other portal opened up. What's going on? Oh, Ogrim. And here is the voice of Catan. Oh, Christ. The Okorian. Christ. Toss down the seal. And he's not even been hurt by that. Hurt by the thing at all. He is burly. Void rifts open up around the chamber, consuming the other thing. Ogrim. Well, he's gone. He might make his way back out. Here's hoping. I kind of like that guy. Vanguard's down. Okorian's tentacle. Vanguard. Okorian's corruption locked by a powerful thing. Can only get rid of that. May want to avoid that. Can only deal with that corruption once this is down. This BC's gone. Not sure what they mean by Okorian's corruption. I'm used to there being a chest there. So we'll just keep beating this down. I can actually target it for a moment there. There's a few different things going off. A ton of different like hits going. 9. Don't like running in and out of an arena injured. Like, you know, I take the boss to half health, I die, I come back, or even leaving halfway through the fight. Though I don't believe I could do that here. You know, it's funny. The people who started off the Grim Dawn and all that, seemingly, at least so far, not having the final boss. I'm assuming this is the final boss. It's very final bossy. Though also very squishy. Must have more than one phase. 9. Please die with your rest of you. Okay, where is the other guy? Rifts opened up and consumed him. Where is he? Oh, I was assuming he would dig his way back out or something. It's just a way of taking him out of the fight. No. 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 Not sure if I can reach that. Probably, I probably can. Also 5. This. No. 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 And surprisingly, I'm not using a shotgun, but no. It does look cool. It sounds cool, but no, I'm not built to use those. Sonic Rift. We'll poke her head in. And it brought us right back out. Very nice of it. Just use our own. And head back to 4th icon. And yeah, we actually have unlocked a new difficulty. But yet there is still a further quest. It seems we just have to kill that thing to unlock that difficulty. But there's still a bit of further content. Oh, he's turning the Bane of Karn. You know? Wonder if this is the end, or if there's gonna be more.
You've returned. Is it finished then?
The beast has been banished, but Ogrim was pulled into the void along with it.
And so, our great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy. The cult's defeat at the Necropolis marks humanity's first major victory in this conflict, proving that we are not going to simply lie down and let ourselves be wiped out by fiends and spirits. Word of this victory will spread and give people hope that someday this nightmare will truly be over. Yet, we cannot forget those who sacrificed their lives to bring us here. Brave men and women of the Black Legion who took up arms in the defense of Erelon, a nation that scorned them as criminals, outcasts, even traitors. In death, they were none of those things. They died as heroes. But I refuse to count Uldrum among the dead just yet. I owe him that much. Take your leave and rest. Celebrate a bit if you can. You certainly earned it.
We can't give up on Uldrum. We got 1,000 Black Legion rep, 25,000 XP, and Crescent Moon, blessed weapon of moon worshippers, taught destroyed during the Sacred Purge. A bit of armor piercing on it, physical down. Is there armor piercing on everything? No, there isn't. So yeah, a bit of armor piercing on that. It's a legendary. First legendary. Christ. Legendary one-handed axe. Worthless to me. Yeah, and it's actually for Nightblades as well. Feckin' annoying. Feckin' annoying. It gives 1 to Phantasmal Armor, Shadow Strike, and 1 to all skills in Nightblade. Feckin' annoying.
My inventory is full.
Okay, fine. Here. Here's some gear. Sudden resupply.
Take your leave and rest. Celebrate.
What about Uldrum? There are arcane ways to track down almost anyone. I'll think of something, trust me. Another question. The Ethereals. They are as much a threat as ever. Much of the Empire is still under their control. We must prepare for an extended conflict. Maybe years before we can even breach the capital, much less expel the Ethereals from Karn. The cult is still out there. Shouldn't we stop them for good? Their actions in Necropolis have severely crippled their activities. It'll be likely some time before we have to deal with their ilk again. For now, we must see to strengthening our defenses. Didn't have anything to say. And so with that, folks, I've actually completed the game. But it will complete. Sorry. Don't have no. Sorry. Whatever way I went to breathe there, it's like it got twisted in my nose. How? I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I've actually ended up completing the game. So yeah, well, I was suspicious that this was the end. I was kind of hoping that there'd be more to it. No, this just looks weird, just as like a conga line, you know? Like over here, it was like everyone was more spread out, you know? It kind of makes sense here. The necropolis was one big place, and these parts are actually meant to be. These two are meant to be underneath it, but it is kind of hard to show underneath parts on a map. But at the same time, yeah, it just ends up looking weird. So yeah, since Port of Valbury was there, I was hoping we'd get sent over there on a quest. The Steps of Torment still untouched. The thing over here, Eastmarch, still untouched. Wait. I think I know. Give me a second. Remember, there was a shrine. Where I bet it's there. Remember, there's a shrine I wasn't able to access because of Chonic influence. Let us double back and have a look. So it's steal by Chonic energies. Still? Let's see if I can look something up. My phone's on 1%. I didn't charge it. I should have. Runes? No. Get rid of all that. R-U-I-N. Ruined. S-H-R-I-N-E. Grim Dawn. Come on. Okay. Let's see. Act 3, Act 4. Okay, this one I'm guessing is hold on. Okay. This one I'm guessing is the one in Act 4 that requires the Rwani Legacy quest. Rune Stone of Mogdragin, Spirit of Mogdragin, and an Ancient Heart. So yes, it requires nice rep with these people. For all I know, it's honored. It's honored. As you see there, it doesn't say you unlock a new quest with a revered. So yeah, it's honored. Okay, let's read all the description for these groups, and then I think I might wrap this up. There's still these side quests to do. Might do them when I come back to this game at a later stage. You know, the Secrets of the Lost, that will require me unlocking the door to in the other place, which will likely require me having higher rep with the Order of Death's Vigil, in all honesty. And we are 2,312 away from that. I'm sure to keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, I'll probably do that when I come back to this game when its expansion comes out. Do keep in mind when I say when its expansion comes out, if I'm in the middle of another game, I'll get to this when I'm done with that game, you know? So yeah. I think there's something else I was gonna wait. That water's flowing this way. That water's flowing this way. Is there a river under... Is there a way the water can go underneath me this way? I have no idea. But yeah, I'll be coming back to this game at a later stage when this expansion hits, provided I'm not in the middle of something else at the time. But once I'm done with whatever I'm doing, then I'll get on to this. And I may play through the game again with another character. I'm thinking a necromancer, because necromancer, cultist, necromancer, nightblade. It'll depend. I might just continue on the game with this guy. That might actually be best, in all honesty. That way I don't have to go through all of this again, and I can just pick up where I left off with Path of Exile. I know more into that game, so I don't mind it as much, and it'll get me to have my character build just right. I suppose I'll get this character build just right, continuing on into expansion, but whatever. More levels, we'll iron out any kinks, you know. Ethereals. Foolishly and greedily did the Arcanists of Karn delve into the magical veil known as the Aether, never once suspecting that something was looking back. The Ethereals descended upon Karn in what is now known as the Grim Dawn, possessing countless humans and butchering the rest. Most despicably of all, began raising the phone as mutated undead creatures, mindless foot soldiers of their further invasion. Their very presence on Karn is enough to mutate the wildlife, turning once docile creatures into vicious monstrosities. Most strange of all is their apparent hatred of Chonians, as they will battle against the horrors of the void at every opportunity. Chonians, horrors of the void, are things of nightmares. Prior to the Grim Dawn, Chonians would only be seen upon Karn following an arcane ritual gone wrong, or the beckoning of a powerful sorcerer. Despite an effort to exterminate the practice, a cult has formed around blood rituals and the worship of chonic beings. Members of the cult have been overheard chanting one name in particular, Chon, or Cattle. With the world in a disarray, the cult has grown strong, garnering new followers, desperate for answers in a world that no longer makes sense. Catonians and their loyal cult appear to be at odds with Ethereals, eagerly harvesting helpless humans for blood so that the Ethereals cannot use them as vessels. Cronley. Unlike Cronley's gang, unlike most groups of roaming bandits, Cronley's gang appears to be highly organized and heavily armed, answering only to their self-proclaimed leader, Darius Cronley. Having escaped Devil's Crossing prison, following the chaos that ensued after the Grim Dawn, these criminals are now intent on taking the one place in the world that denied them their freedom. Members of Cronley's gang are sadistic, violent, and prone to acts of aggression against their fellow humans, epitomizing that perhaps the greatest threat to humanity is humanity itself. Devil's Crossing. Headquarters, Devil's Crossing. Survivors, that is the word used most often to describe the hardy denizens of Devil's Crossing. The men and women who made it through the Grim Dawn to form a small community within an abandoned prison. They've seen all too many friends and family lost to the Taken, those found possessed by Ethereals. Earning their trust will prove no easy task, but with supplies running low and a looming ethereal threat on the horizon, they might just be willing to take a chance. Homestead. Whenever trouble would strike the northern farmlands, farmers and their families would rally at Homestead. The sense community has proven more important than ever as humanity faces extinction. With the assistance of the Black Legion, Homestead was turned into a veritable fortress, a place of relative safety in a world ravaged by death. But with powerful enemies encroaching from every direction, some are beginning to wonder if entrenching in a fixed location was a wise decision. While the Black Legion obsesses over the Ethereals and the Ketonians, the people of Homestead are focused on a threat much closer to home. The voracious Themphirian swarm, which spread rampantly and now infests their abandoned farms. Kaiman's Chosen. Kaiman's Chosen are zealous followers of Empyrean, the Lightbringer, whom they believe will return to Karn in blazing glory and guide his Chosen to a new dawn of order and prosperity. Led by the charismatic preacher known as Father Kaiman and guided by their faith, Chosen are eager to stamp out all corruption from Karn, whether it is vile Ketonic cars or death-manipulating necromancers. To this end, they consider ridding the world of the Order of Death's Vigil to be one of their utmost priorities. The Order of Death's Vigil represents the last connection to the nearly lost art of necromancy, precious knowledge passed down to its members under Grandmaster Urborg. Members of the Order do not fear death. Instead, they embrace all of its harsh lessons, believing that through mastery of death, they can become more in tune with the world itself. Having faced persecution at the hands of the Empire for centuries, the Order is no stranger to prejudice and controversy, but they never met a foe as relentless as Kaiman's Chosen. The Chosen concerned only with cleansing Karn of corruption, they view the Order as a travesty that must be purged. Rovers. The Rwani, or Rovers, as they are commonly called, are a group of people without a permanent home. To them, the open road is the only home they will ever need, traveling the world of Karn in a lifelong pilgrimage to cleanse themselves of worldly temptations and the corruption of civilization. Much of their history has been lost to the ages. Most cultures consider them to be little more than vagabonds and petty thieves. Rovers abhor violence and will try and avoid it at any cost, which has often led to abuse at the hands of more violent individuals. Let's take a quick drink. Ooh. The Black Legion are the Imperium's elite, Death's bannermen, sent forth to act out the Emperor's will with great prejudice. Legends of their valor intermingle equally with common tales of their cruelty and violence. Regardless of whether they are respected or feared, the Black Legion was the only Imperial regiment to escape the fallen capital following the Grim Dawn, may now represent the only hope humanity has left of ever fighting back. Oh, Christ. Sorry, stuff stuck in my throat. The Outcast. Not much is known about the enigmatic Anastasia, or why she knows so much about the Ethereals and their plans. I do. She is one. She seemingly arrived out of nowhere, providing the Black Legion with information on enemy activity that saved precious lives. Manning the Legion have branded her a witch, and will gladly see her burnt at the stake, despite Inquisitor Creed's insistence that she be kept alive. Undead. Many tragic tales are told about the undead endlessly roaming the ruins of Arkovia. Some believe them to be spirits trapped within the mortal realm, unable to cross over into their promised afterlife. Others will claim it to be the work of vile necromancy, a legion of undead cursed to serve a cruel master. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. So one thing everyone can agree on is that undead are extremely dangerous to the living. As such, looting their forgotten ruins is considered to be an ill-advised pursuit. So yes, those are all the factions for Grim Dawn. I was going to call Path of Exile and Risk of Rain, but it's neither of those. Grim Dawn. So yes, those are the factions so far. I would imagine the expansion and extra might be added in. As I said before, the expansion will have both Inquisitors and Necromancers as a possible class. Regrettably, I would have to start a new character to actually try any of them out. But I might do that just to take a quick look, you know? See what they're like. I mightn't level up a character all the way through this game quite yet. Quite yet. Even if I was to do a Necromancer Inquisitor or whatever. Hopefully they'll allow me to just respec, you know, just drop Soldier or something and take something else. Help Army will be tempted in dropping Soldier and Occultist and grabbing Nightblade and Necromancer, but I'm not sure. I do like Occultist, the healing here, the two decoys, that kind of thing. It's cool. It's good. So anyway, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this series, folks, and I'll be back soon to record more. Be it both of this and well, other games. Path of Exile is one thing that's definitely on the docket to continue. As of right now, the new expansion isn't out yet. As of time of recording. By the time this is released, it definitely will be. And I will have already gotten to it and likely gotten through it by the time this is released. In fact, by the time this is released, fair chance I'll have gotten through its expansion. That's just due to the backlog. Of course, at the same time, well, like I said at the start of the series, I am fixing that backlog because it's a bit ridiculous by having an episode go out a day. So instead of 15 episodes covering 30 days, it now covers 15 days. It's halved the backlog, effectively. Like Anonymous kind of, he brought it up in one comment. I was in one of my videos, was saying suggest things. Anonymous in one of his many comments. Thank you, mate. He was saying, like he suggested a game, but he kind of made the point that it's due to the backlog being 2 to 4 years. You know, it's, you know, people get older and whatnot in that time. So, you know, their tastes change. They mightn't care about the game. I assume he's meaning like they don't mightn't care about the game by the time it comes out, which is quite true. So yeah, or they, you know, might have lost. To go a step further, they might have, like, I go through fits watching different channels. There's one I watched religiously. Now I don't watch it at all. You know, there's plenty I watch religiously that I barely watch now. So, or if at all. So, yeah, having the backlog be so long is a bit annoying. So by the time the series comes out, the person may have lost interest. So, bit of a nuisance, really, for me and them. So, yeah. So, I was gonna do the 1 a day thing at some stage anyway, but I did it that bit sooner because of him bringing that up. Just kind of made me think, you know what? Yeah, he's right. It's too fucking long. So yeah. I'm forgetting something. But I'm forgetting some there. But fuck it. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Feel free to leave any suggestions you have for games. I will get. I'm sure I'll get to them at some stage. We'll have to look into video policies and whatnot. So yeah, some companies have issues with Let's Plays, so I have to look into video policies, seeing if I can actually do the games or not. And there's one game I have my eyes on because it does sound fun. Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. Seems like a lot of fun. I can get on on PC. It's not like a thing I have to stream or whatever. I just remember being on Xbox. It's not like some exclusive there. It looks a lot of fun, but its IP is in nebulous territory. They tried to auction it, but no one bought it. So I don't know who owns it or who to contact, and video policy and all that gubbins. You know, so I'm hoping someone buys it soon. Personally, I hope Nordic THQ does, or THQ Nordic, whatever they're called now, Nordic Games. I hope they get it, because if they got it, then I could do Let's Play of it. Basically, they have their free will Let's Play, their final Let's Plays. I wouldn't mind CD Projekt Red getting it either. Their final Let's Plays. Hell, even Ubisoft. They might be. I've heard plenty of people criticizing them, which is fair enough, but they have no problem with Let's Plays, so I have no problem with them getting it. Feck. I wouldn't have a problem with the people behind Grim Dawn or Crate Entertainment, I do believe. I wouldn't have a problem with them getting it, or people behind Path of Exile. You know, anyone who finds with a Let's Play, I wouldn't mind them taking it. So let's go back to the main menu. Yes. I'll probably take a look at the Crucible that you'll see at some stage. Not quite yet, though. Primarily because I don't have it and I don't have money to go get it. It's cheap enough, but it's not on the card. I have one of those cards, credit cards that you top up. Yeah. So yeah. Custom game. Ooh, you can make your own custom maps? Cool. So yeah. This is a fun game ultimately. I would like it more if it was more into action RPGs and whatnot. They are growing on me a little, but not all games are Path of Exile, which is the one that mainly grew on me. You know? So, while I'm gradually liking these games more and more, Diablo 3 kind of was like... it was kind of painful, let's be honest here. It was a bit much. Path of Exile really got me into this. I started off not really, you know, I was having a bit of fun with it, but at the same time it was a bit of a drag. Then I really got into it with the funness of the gem system. This is somewhere in between the two. I found it enjoyable, got really tense there at the end, really into it, but at the same time it was a bit more nebulous. I was hoping for a bit more fun with the procs and whatnot. Just more chaos. But regrettably, the class I picked only had 2 procs off main weapon things. And I didn't really get enough shrines to get all the stuff I wanted. Never did get the Spectre thing. But I might get that in the expansion. Plus, if I end up building a new character, then that's that problem solved. Veteran only buffs up normal difficulty. You can't have it on elite. Interesting. But yes, if you were interested in action RPGs, I'd say give it a check. You know, you might find it fun. If you've watched the footage, you know what it's like, so you'll know if you'll find it fun or not. But yeah, for me, it was a little. I prefer Path of Exile basically. I had a bit more fun with that, but at the same time, I could see me having fun with this. But it would require me to actually have a guide here. I kind of feel like when I was younger, my aunt got me a few game guides. Sadly, they were old by the time. Well, not as in she had like, oh, here's an old one. Like, it would be like she bought them new for me, but it was for classic WoW, and Wrath of the Lich King was out, so some of the content was gone. But I feel like I should have one of them here and be referring to it. You know, seeing like, oh, I have to go here and get this. You know, I feel like I should have that right now. I'll be on Game FAQs on my phone. So yeah, just to get like all the shrines and whatnot, and find all the quests and whatnot, because I miss plenty. All those side quests, I'll go and do them when I come back to game in the expansion, if if I can bring myself to do it. Like I said, I find this, due to me not being fully into this genre, it ends up feeling like a bit of a grind, a bit of a bore. It really depends. Like I don't know what it is. I got more into Path of Exile once I really figured out the gem system. You know, I only finished it and I was back playing it again through the first act. So yeah. Though at the same time, when I'm saying I'm not fully into it, and I know I'm saying that a lot, it just my mind keeps defaulting back to saying that. Because it's like a save, you could probably drain past it with it. Like no need for a strainer, just use my mind. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh yes, I remember now. While I may be saying I'm not really into this game, I completed it in under a week. Yeah. I completed this game in under a week, and if we just start this character for a moment. And if we go to here, here, and here. I have spent a day, 2 hours, 4 minutes on this character. A day, 2 hours, 4 minutes. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on this, and I was saying I did it in a week. that be accurate? Maybe I got it a bit earlier than a week. I'm not sure when I bought this. I also don't know if there's a way to check. Actually, there is a way to check. I'm going to alt-tab for a moment. Let's switch mouse, because this mouse is not cooperating. And I'm glad I freed up more space. I'm actually just after going... I'm nearly on 12 gig now. I started recording with 11 gig. I'm just shy of 12. Once my other mouse cooperates, we're in here. Now I go into XSplit. So basically my point here is, while I may be saying, oh, I'm not really into this, blah, 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 at the same time I still completed it in, okay, properties. Yeah, I completed it in a week. Just under a week. Let's get up the calculator. Just to make damn sure I don't fuck it up. Yeah, I did it in 6 days. Yes. And I put so much recording into it, I managed to rack up a day of play. Over a day of play. So yes. That just kind of shows how much I record. Really. And to be honest, that's even with my sleep schedule being off. I try and be awake during the night so I can record uninterrupted. Noisy neighbors, very noisy. So yeah, even with that being off, me being awake mostly during the day for the last week or so, I still got all that done. So that just shows how much I record. I did log into the game for a moment, but that was just taking a screenshot of this guy on the main page. Someone was doing one of those memes, or not memes, but one of those weird things online. Like, oh, so-and-so, like, X is gonna happen. Who's the Y character that defends you? And I posted a picture of him. Because, it was like, 2 characters from a bio... It was a piss take of the... I'll give you some context to this. You probably already know, but no, actually, while I'm doing this, I'm going to level up another character. Dang. Okay, I'll just level up another character just to have this person handy for the new, for the expansion. For the
Still drawing breath.
yes. Just have this character handy for the expansion. What's the other thing? Also, all that salt. Yeah, that's because it apparently weakens materials. Apparently they're part slug. Oh, feck's sake. Oh yes, I remember now. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say and I'm irritated. 2 Bioware characters. To give you some context, it was one lady from Dragon Age Inquisition. She looked horrendous. I'm not saying like, oh, all female characters must be sexually attractive. No. I found like there's, you know, like CD Projekt Red did some old ladies that looked fine. They looked like old ladies. They looked fine. This character looked like a goblin. That's what people have been calling her, and maybe they're just taking really poor like screenshots that made her look shit. Like she just was putting a weird face in it, but she really did look weird. And I just found her incredibly irritating just from the get-go, from her first introduction, and I kind of wanted just to strangle her there and then with my bare fucking hands. If you didn't know from the neck down, I'm actually grizzly. My hands are a weird, like, abomination of human hands and bear hands. It's why I'm frequently shit at games. I do what I can. And the other character was the Blue Shrek, as people were Blue Shrek from the new Mass Effect game. People are referring to her as such. Those and the internet thing was, if you have any curiosity, I'm just giving you this context since I brought the thing up. May as well give you the context. Smack ye around. Like two Bioware characters. It's like the want to have your children and won't take no for an answer. What's the last video game character that? Well, what's the character from the last video game you played that will defend you, or something? Or what's the last character? The character in the last video game you played will defend you, or something. So yeah, it's one of those weird online things. So yeah, I know how little there was to say there, but due to my forgetfulness and all that, it turned into something much longer. Much longer. So yeah. One sec. Flintlock, go there. Ooh, you're a two-hander thing. Okay, I was saw. Thought it was a one-hander. But yeah, that was just thingy. Was why I went into this game to take a screenshot of my other guy. So that wouldn't even affect the time. That was only I didn't go into the character. I only had a look at the main page, so that wouldn't have even mattered. There. So now this character is ready for the expansion. Open a rift. Go back here. So anyway, sorry for taking so long to say that one point, but my mind is like a sieve. It's actually quite annoying. I had a good memory before. Now it's shite. Ugh, it's actually kind of painful, honestly. But anyway, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this series, folks. And like I said, I'll be back I'll be back to record more soon. I may continue on Drom, or I may give Goroth a try. And well, I will be giving Goroth a try and see what a Necromancer and Inquisitor is like. I just having a look at the skill trees and whatnot. I may pick a Necromancer. I'm primarily thinking of having a Necromancer, Nightblade, Necromancer, Occultist, that kind of thing running around. But I'm not sure. I'm also tempted in sticking with just Drom and going through the rest of it. Might come back and give Goroth a try at a later stage, But I'm primarily tempted in just bringing the Witchblade through the expansion and any other content, and doing Goroth's run at some nebulous later time. Might do both, might do neither. Might decide to delete this game and pretend I don't have it, like I do with Fez. So, anyway, folks, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll be back soon to record more. If you have any suggestions you'd like to give me, feel free to leave them below. While like I said, this will be coming out a long time after I've recorded it. I will, I will see the one that you, I will get to any suggestions you leave me, and they'll come out when they come out. Might expedite a few of them if I'm really into them. By that I mean I might put them up as a bonus series. So yeah, and like I said, I will have to look into video policy. So just because you suggested it doesn't mean I'll definitely do it. Even if I don't like a game, I might at least do a little video on it, just a little. Here, I tried, I'm sorry, kind of thing. But if I can't do it, if the company doesn't want Let's Plays, as some don't, I know I remember hearing Quantic Dream doesn't like them. And Warner Brothers, they have to be 5 minutes or less, so if they hold a copyright to anything, I can't do it. Or won't do it. So yeah, like, if I don't, just to reiterate, if I don't like it, I'll at least do a small video on it if I you know, it could be like a 20-minute video, or you know, maybe a bit less. It could be 2 videos, 3 videos. I'll do a little. I'll do some unknown quantity. It won't be a full series, unless the game is very short. Like, oh, you started it. You're done. Fuck off. You know, that kind of thing. And if I can't do a let's play of it, then I'll just have to apologize to you in the comments. But like I said, I'll have to look into it. So feel free to suggest them. I'll take it from there. So before I reiterate myself anymore, or start clumsily and taking 10 years to describe random tweets I've seen online, I'm gonna go. So I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this. I'll talk to you again soon. Ciao.